Are we live? We are. Hello. It's been, I think, just over a week since Raw went up. Being busy, being lazy, all sorts of excuses, but we're here. Episode 110 of the TEW WWE Challenge run. This is going to be Monday Night Raw. No, it isn't. It's going to be Friday Night SmackDown for Friday, week 4, February 2021. It is the first show after the No Way Out pay-per-view. The first show of that after that show, which seemed like a lifetime ago to me, but that's what happens when you take breaks of some sort of things. Actually, it was actually kind of productive, because I have been doing sort of like the back office admin side of like the WrestleMania stuff, getting all the match cards and shit sorted out. So it hasn't been a total, it's like it hasn't just been me being lazy playing on the PlayStation, just doing anything else. But yeah, we're back here, and without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show.
Close your eyes, surrender your beliefs to them for holding. Wait patiently to hear whatever changing lines are showing. The week will come. All they wanted was violence, to put the chains and divide us. It's all the worst that's inside us. We'll bring on the violence, the violence.
The big dog is back, and I need to quickly check after this that I've actually updated all the angles. I must have updated this one correctly because it's got Karrion Kross and Scarlett in it, that's why it's advanced. It's just the big dog coming in, and this is the first time we've seen him since the Christmas pay-per-view, where he got attacked by Karrion Kross. And he took Keith Lee's spot in that Elimination Chamber. He was backstage this whole time waiting for an opportunity to get back at Karrion. And it sucks for Keith, but the big dog's here now, and at WrestleMania he's going to make Karrion Kross fall and pray or something like, because his time is running out. He's going to realise that when you pick on the biggest dog in the yard, the big dog, doesn't end well for you, son. And he's in the main event tonight against, of all people, Robert Roode, because I just needed someone in there to put him in there with. So it isn't going to last us with him, just him saying he likes that he won the chamber, and he's going to put Karrion Kross down at WrestleMania. Bruh. In a match that had no business getting a 72, Bayley defeats Alexa Bliss in 8:42 with the headlock driver. Bayley gets a 71 and a 55 for Alexa Bliss. 69 segment for after the match. Bayley celebrating her win when all of a sudden Raquel Gonzalez, of all people, comes out and she lays Bayley out with like a big one-arm choke slam or whatever, and leaves Bayley lying after she got a big win here tonight to get her momentum back on track after the Elimination Chamber. But Raquel Gonzalez sported the party for some reason. I definitely click next segment. The Usos, they defended their tag team titles at No Way Out against the Street Profits. And there's a little bit of shenanigans in that match because Jacob Fatu, their cousin, I believe, came to the aid of the Usos. They turned, and they're just explaining about the bloodline here, saying that for months Fatu has been on this roster brutalizing people, and he hasn't really got on that step into the limelight that he deserves, Us. And that there's nothing thicker than family, and Street Profits and more, they'll learn that they may think that they're family, but they're not family, Use, and that the bloodline runs deep. That's when, of all people, Cynthia Crespo and Death From Above come out. They're like, well, now you've got the Street Profits out of your hair. You see, last week my boys, when the Profits were number one contender, they beat the Street Profits because of your interference, granted, but we still got the win over the number one contender. So does that not put Metalik and Dorado next in line for a tag team title opportunity? And the Usos are like, okay, if you can win your match here tonight, we'll defend against you next week. Just make sure you know what you're getting in for. And that's when Jacob Fatu, of course, steps in her face to sort of intimidate her. And then Cynthia Crespo, being Cynthia Crespo, she doesn't want to step down. And she says they'll be on. And then they're going to face Death From Above. Not Death From Above. They are Death From Above. Path of the Dragon is who they're going to face. And they do win in 8:32. Metalik pins Humberto with the Metalik driver. 63 for Lindsay, 75 for Metalik, 50 for Humberto, and a 53 for good old Akira Tozawa. When after the match, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are watching it on the Titantron like they do normally. And they're still the Street Profits, but they are still very pissed off because they had their chance to win the titles back ruined by Jacob Fatu and the Usos, and they say, nah, this ain't how it's going to work because we still need our one-on-one title shot. We still need to get those titles off you, Usos. You may have taken a backdoor cheap route to beat us, but you're going to learn that while you may be family, you may think that you're closer, you can't knock us down and keep us down. We're going to get those titles back, and you are going to catch the smoke. Be ready. Speaking of segments, this is a fucking really good one. I didn't rate Indy, of course. I just rated Bianca, so that's still really good. So for Bianca herself to get a 79, she's come along leaps and bounds in the last couple of months because she made it known who she wanted to face at WrestleMania at the No Way Out. She laid out Sasha Banks and all of Boss. And she just said, describing why she picked Sasha. She says Sasha runs around here like she owns the yard, like she's the boss of this whole division. Well, girl, that's me. I'm the greatest here on SmackDown Women's Division. And at WrestleMania, the EST thing, I'm going to beat you and I'm going to take my women's title and finally cement myself at the top of this division. That's when Indy and Indy alone comes out. No Mickey, no Sasha. And she's got a problem with Bianca saying it. She's on behalf of Sasha and Mickey and the whole Boss faction. She's going to shut up Bianca here tonight. Doesn't go well. Actually goes alright because it got a 61, which I expected worse from. But Bianca does beat Indy. She goes 7 minutes 24, KOD, 47 for Indy, and 59 for Bianca Belair. Ignore where it says Sasha Banks did good work at ringside. She's not here tonight. We then get we'd have an ad break after that. Then we come back, we'd show a recap of Brock Lesnar attacking Keith Lee before he got into the Elimination Chamber, and then the security taking him away and Roman Reigns taking his spot. When Paul Heyman is seen walking into his locker room, and Kayla comes up to him, he's like, Mr. Heyman, do you have any words about why Brock Lesnar attacked Keith Lee at No Way Out? And he just puts his hand over the microphone to like shut Kayla up. He's like, no comment. And he slams the door shut in Kayla's face. Another 69 rated match, nice. Good old Apollo Crews is on the show. He's fighting Tucker Knight in a singles match that goes for a couple of minutes before Mustafa Ali, Dabba-Kato, and Kushida, as well as Mia Yim, all come out and get involved and just wreck the match and the arena. Because, of course, they unveiled themselves as the Mysterious Hackers, the Message group, at the pay-per-view. And they've taken over the show temporarily. Ali's got a microphone in his hand. And he says, well, here we are again. Like I said, this will be the fate of this show until I get what I wanted. And here I am. Sorry to Apollo and Tucker, you both deserve the limelight. But you're not going to get it in this company because they don't value people. Especially you, Apollo. They don't value you. Look at you. And here's the thing, is that obviously I don't want to... I've made it clear why I'm here, what my disgruntled employee is all about. Then I hear Otis, that fat oaf. He was nearly in tears on Raw because he thought I broke his heart and betrayed his friendship. Listen here, you dummy. We were never friends. I helped you when I was the hacker. Yes, that's correct. Because that's what I thought the justice was. I didn't do it because of you. I did it because of these dumb idiot fans who can relate to people like you. They loved you. And I wanted them to love me, so I helped you. For my own personal gain. And if you think I've betrayed you, go right ahead. Because I never cared about you, because I was just doing it to get ahead. And to get people to like me by leeching onto a unbelievably popular act like you. I don't know why they like you. But you can't get your hands on me since I don't work here, so it doesn't really matter. So when Adam Pearce comes out from the back, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're hijacking my show again. And then a bunch of security tries to get into the ring. Dabba-Kato, specifically Dabba-Kato, probably him and Kushida, and maybe Mia Yim if there's a female one. Lay all the security out, but mainly Dabba-Kato because he's like a big boy. Then Pearce gets into the ring himself and he tries to tell Ali to leave, and Dabba-Kato gives Adam Pearce a big choke slam. And oh my god, he's taken a bump for the first time since he retired. And then Kushida locks him in some sort of armbar. Ali hits the 054 and Adam Pearce is laid out. And then Ali, he puts his hands in the air. He's like, okay, I'm leaving. I think my message has been delivered, Otis. Keep my name out of your mouth, Pearce. Keep your name out of my mouth. Just Triple H, keep your name out of my mouth. Just let me deliver my message in peace. And I'll leave the show alone. Chad Gable, the United States Champion, still the United States Champion. He won at No Way Out against Apollo. And he's issuing an open challenge here tonight because he still believes he's the greatest wrestler here on SmackDown. And the fact that he has this title is going to prove that to the world. And he's going to take on any challenger that wants him. So this is going to be the Alpha Showcase, where he showcases the talents of people who aren't quite as good as Chad Gable, but maybe they will get there one day by learning from the presence of the great Chad Gable in the United States Championship Open Challenge. Luchasaurus is the first guy. Match gets a 74. Gable beats him in 14-13 Chaos Theory to make the second defense of the US title. 73 for Gable, 57 for Luchasaurus. And then after the match, Kayla gets into the ring with Gable. He gets another interview. He says, see, this is what I mean. The giant dinosaur guy came in here, and I put him down because there's nobody that's better than me. I may not look the part, I may not talk the part, but I can be the part when the bell rings, and I am the alpha wrestler here on SmackDown. And this title is mine, and this proves that I am the best in this ring. Nobody on this roster can out-wrestle me, and I'm going to hold this title as long as I damn well please.
You got me feeling diamond rich. Nothing on this planet compares to it. Don't you agree? Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night I ride with you. I know you got my back and you know I got you. So come up, lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come up, come up, come on, let's get physical. Adrenaline keeps on.
Backstage segment. Malcolm Bivens is in his office. He's doing Malcolm Bivens things, and of course he's worried because his co-GM Adam Pearce got laid out. And in walks, of course, good old AJ Styles and almost flanks him. It's like, well, what the hell's going on? Malcolm, got another show? No phenomenal AJ Styles on the show again this week? You need to sort this crap out. And Bivens is like, okay, well, I came here, I actually had a match for you planned tonight. I actually want you to wrestle Daniel Bryan. But I came here and Adam Pearce, he'd had all the matches laid out, and he said, oh, there's nothing I can do, the match is already laid out. And AJ shrugged his shoulders, like, you're doing a lot better job, Bivens, you actually care for my interests, unlike Adam Pearce. So, and then Bivens is like, well, we just saw Pearce get laid out, and that sucks, that really does suck, but that leaves me in charge, so maybe next week you can go one-on-one with Daniel Bryan, because I'm in charge, because Adam Pearce won't be able to make it next week. So there you go, AJ. That's when Daniel Bryan walks in, and he's like, well, I mean, I'm always down for a match, especially against somebody the caliber of AJ Styles, but you're disrespecting Adam Pearce. He's done nothing but be there and help this brand this whole time, and you've just leached on to him. And if you want me to face AJ, I don't mind facing AJ. I don't think that's disrespectful to me to book that match, but you need to stay in line. As someone who's done this job before, I know how hard it can be, and Pearce is doing a whole hell of a better job than you at it, because you're just trying to play favourites to AJ Styles because you're scared his big man's going to beat you up. And Bivens is like, oh, no, that's not true. I could beat Omos up. And then Omos steps in and looks down at Bivens, and he sort of cowers in fear. And just nice little comedy spot to win the segment. But it is AJ and D. Bryan next week. $82B for the main event. Roman Reigns defeats Bobby Roode 14-42 with a spear. During the match, we'd get the generic SmackDown main events thing where the match starts, it goes for like a couple of minutes, and then when we want to go to the advert break, they do the thing where someone comes out and they go, oh, there's an advert break, and just Scarlett just wanders out. No Karrion Kross, just Scarlett. She has the Universal title over her shoulder, she's rubbing it, and she walks down the aisle. No music or anything, just Scarlett walking out. And then Roman sees her, and then we go to our break, and then when we come back, Scarlett's just sat there, maybe on like on the barricade or something, just watching the match, stroking the Universal title. And then Roman Reigns wins. Then after the match, Scarlett gets into the ring, and the hourglass is tipped. And TikTok for Roman, his time may be coming up soon to end the show. 83, not bad. Doesn't get any popularity changes. I can't believe how kind of rusty I am at this whole thing. After it's only been like a week or 10 days or whatever. Feels like a month, but can't believe I've been that rusty today. I do feel like I have been rusty. Maybe I haven't. Maybe it's just me worrying. Hopefully everything on the show was put across properly, because it's the road to WrestleMania and these are some of the most important segments of the series, and I want to make sure that they all make sense. So hopefully I still did that justice, but what matters more than that is what you thought of the show. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for episode 111, which will be Raw. See you then.